Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Paul, your popular host of Frank Talk with Paul. And today I'm talking about something deeply important: emotional support for children living with disability. Whether you are joining us from the UK, the US, Nigeria, Kenya, South Africa, or anywhere else in the world, this conversation matters. Because behind every diagnosis is a child who wants to be seen, a child who wants to be understood, a child who wants to feel loved, included, and supported emotionally, not just medically or physically. And that's a fact that a lot of parents and caregivers are missing. So grab a cup of tea and take a deep breath and let's have a heart-to-heart talk. Within this short time, I'm going to be taking us through the needs, the emotional need of a child that lives with disability. When we think of disability, we often think about physical or cognitive challenges, mobility issues, speech delay, or sensory sensitivity. It comes in different ways, but too often we forget the emotional journey these children face. Imagine constantly feeling different. Imagine being stared at, excluded, or underestimated. Imagine struggling to express yourself and being misunderstood or ignored as an individual. That's exactly what the child feels. That is why emotional support is not optional, it is essential. If you must help the young people living with disability, it is important because it imparts in their mental health, including anxiety, depression, and self-worth, the social development, how they relate to others and form friendship, the academic success, the confidence to try, fail, and grow. Future independent, knowing that the more that they do, the more diagnosis, the more dependence they get. And here's the truth: no amount of therapy, medicine, or education can replace the power of love, empathy, and human connection. Those who live with disability needs emotional connectivity with you than even the food you give to them. The emotional landscape of children with disability is something deeper. But let's go deeper into it and see what the emotional challenges do many of these children face. What kind of challenges they face? Number one, they face isolation and loneliness. Many children feel they're isolated and they're lonely. Many children with disabilities are excluded from plays, school activities, or even conversation. They even watch from the sideline because they feel they are not human. This isolation builds a belief that says, I don't belong. And that is very serious. It creates the I don't belong character in them. It plays the low esteem. When the child loses low esteem is a problem. When the child hears, no, you can't, or you are not like the others, repeatedly, it chips away at their confidence. And that's exactly what your action shows if you don't give them frustration and anger. Imagine knowing that you want to say or do, but your body or brain won't cooperate. That frustration often leads to outburst or shutdown. The fear of being judgmental or fear of judgment from people judging them. They sense the stare, they hear the whisper, and they may even internalize the belief that they are not, or they are burden or a mistake to other people. Now combine this with a stigma, the ignorance or lack of support in some community, especially in part of Africa and even in the Western world, and the emotional toil that even heavier. Combine all of this together, and the child have that kind of feeling bubbling in them. The cultural difference and all in perception. Let's talk about, honestly, about how different cultures view disability. A lot of views ranging from different areas. Like in the Western world, there are more conversations around inclusion. There are more conversations around the rights and the neurodiversity, the school help, and all of that, the counselor, disability laws, and all that. It is more pronounced in the Western world, but challenges remain. The bullying, the abusing, the underfunding still exists. You can't take that away as much as we talk about it in the Western world. But in many African communities, disabilities are often misunderstood. Some believe disability is caused by a cause, a sin, or even punishment. Children may be hidden, neglected, or worse, denied an education and basic dignity. But change is happening. Parents are speaking up now. Organizations are raising up. And awareness is growing. No matter where you are in the world, our children deserve better. They deserve understanding, they deserve protection, and most of all, they deserve our emotional support. And that is what you cannot deprive them. If you give them food, you give them shelter, you give them clothing, and you deprive them of emotional support, you are doing more harm to them than what the body, staying away from them would have caused them. So what does emotional support actually looks like? It's a question you keep asking. I'm going to be sharing you some practical, powerful ways to emotionally support a child living with disability. And this will help them if you carry them out very well. Number one, you listen more than you speak. Let your child express their feelings, verbally or non-verbally. Don't dismiss their fears or frustration. Instead, say, I hear you. It is okay to feel that way. Thank you for trusting me. Once they begin to hear such words and you mean it, you are doing a lot of work in them. Validate their identity. Your child is not just autistic, just dyslexic, or just in a wheelchair. They are whole human beings with dreams, strength, and value. Use language and respect and affirm them. Affirm them in all ways possible. Let them see that you affirm them, that they are complete, they are not less than any other person. What is wrong with you? Say, tell me what helped you feel your best. Create a safe emotional space for them. This might mean down the corner, take a time and act and all uninterrupted time. Every child deserves cuddle. Every child needs space where their emotion is okay. Set them up for success. Focus on what they can do, not what they can't. Build self-esteem through achievable goals. Celebrate small wins. Identify the gift God has given to them and develop it. In a world full of you are not enough, be the voice that says you are more than enough. A lot of people are telling them out there you are not enough. Even people who don't have disability have been told that. You can imagine what the child that has disability will be feeling. Teach emotional language. Give them words for what they feel. Use visual games and simple phrases. Are you feeling happy? Are you sad? Are you scared or mad? Point to the face that shows how you feel today. This builds emotional intelligence and reduces meltdown in children that live with disability. Include them always. Don't take them away and do some arrangement for the family and get them away. Invite them to join games. Invite them to join conversation and decision. Include them in emotional support and in action. Don't pity them, empower them. What they need, they don't need your pity. What they need your empowerment. Empower them. Get help when you need it. If you don't have all it takes to be able to walk around them with them, see therapists. Look for some groups, special emotion. They are not signs of weakness. They are signs of commitment to your child's well-being. When you begin to seek for help out there, listen to videos like this and all that, you are not weak. What you are doing, you are seeking help to help them. What about the caregivers? Let me pause and talk directly to you. The parents, the teachers, siblings, or guardians. It is important that you know you occupy a very prominent part in their life. You are doing a great job. It is not always easy. Sometimes it is exhausting and it is okay to feel overwhelmed. But your love, your consistent, your intentional, your emotional support is shaping a life. You may not see a result right away, but every hug, every patient response, every moment you choose to understand over frustration is a seed planted in their heart. And I'm telling you, it will grow. Don't give up. And if you live in a place where services are limited, especially part of Africa, know that community matters. Start a parent group. Advocate for better access. Talk to teachers, leaders, and churches. Be the voice for those who can't speak. These children are out there and they want you to help them. They are like human beings as just same as you are. Nothing less, nothing more. Let's look at some very pertinent stories. Let me share two stories. One from the West and one from African continent. Depending on where you are, I'm sure this is going to be helpful to you. A mother of a boy with autism said one time, because in the course of running through their experiences, he didn't speak until he was 6. But I told him, I am here with you. And one day out, he looked at me and he believed in me too. Mom, it was the most healing thing I have ever had. Because the mother said, I am standing here with you, even if she didn't speak until 6. The power of emotional support. Not pushing, not fixing, just believing. That is very important. In Nigeria, a girl with a cerebral palsy was kept at home for years. But one day, her mother took her to church, introduced her proudly, and started a group for parents of children with disability. Today, that girl goes to school and the church built a ramp. That is the power of inclusion and bravery. You can include these children. Don't take them away when you are doing your plan, when you are putting your plan for their families. Bring them in, let them be the fulcrum of every discussion you have. And how can community support? That's the question. If you're a community, you have an influence in the community, this is how you can support. It is not just about individual families. Communities matters. If you are a teacher, a neighbor, a pastor, and a man, a leader, your role is huge. You can make a school more accessible. Include disabled children in activities. Speak out against stigma that has destroyed the emotion of so many children living in disabilities. Train staff in disability awareness. Offer counseling and spiritual encouragement. Support parents and give them some emotional and financial support, even spiritual support. Disability is not punishment. It is part of the human story. And every child deserves to grow up knowing that they are valued and loved. It is not that because a child is disabled or has some level of disability, they are not human beings. They are complete like every other person. Let's wrap this up. Children living with disability face enough challenges. Let's not add loneliness. Let's not add shame. Let's not add emotional neglect to the list that they're already having. The fact that they are disabled alone is enough challenge. Instead, let's give them our voice. Let's give them a safe space. Let's give them affirmation. Let's give them patience. Let's give them love. Whether you are in London or in Lagos, New York or Nairobi, this is our shared calling. We must work together to help these children who are living with disability. They are as important as every other child. If you identify their gift, you give them emotional support, and you empower them profitably, you will be sure they will do as every other child out there. Together, we can make this world a fine and a wonderful environment. Thank you for watching. Stay kind, stay strong, and keep building heart that heals. See you in my next video. Bye-bye.